So if you right click and run this, you search in map and you click on enter. So you will see one file gets created here, which is file 3.txt. And I entered Chinmay, so you can see Chinmay here. So this is the first operation, which is the write operation, writing to a file. Let's close this. Now you want to read for a file. So second operation is reading from a file. So let's say you want to read something from a file. Okay. So open. Read operation. And here it is. You want to open the same file, right? So I will say file 3.txt. And the mode in which I want to open the file is the read mode. I will store that into a variable. Let's say R. Then let's say R dot read out. And you are basically reading the file now. So when you are doing the reading operation, this read method returns you a string. Complete file content will return as a string. You will store it into a variable. You will print that variable. And you are again good to close the file. So close the file means R dot close. Save, right click, run. So you got the children here. Let's say say 3 here. Third operation, let's say I want to enter the values, okay, from the user. So I want to perform here the operation where I keep on entering the value, and when the user puts at the rate, I want to stop taking the values. Okay. So this is the program I'm writing. So let's say, for example, for that I am first opening the file. So I open a file. I say open. Let's give the file name as x4.txt. New file. Let's say x4.txt. To this file, I am opening this file in a plus mode. So A plus mode is append plus read. Let's do it in append mode only first. So this is the opening file. And I am basically taking the user input. So at early, I am setting the user input as none. So I am saying while, and I am giving a message to the user that if you want to exit the writing, if you want to exit file writing, please enter it. Please enter it to exit the while user input not equal to at the rate till the value of user input is not equal to at the rate. I want to keep asking the user, right? So I'm asking the user input, enter the data. Whatever it enters, I will store it into a variable. So I will store it into a str. And then I will write that into the file. So if str is not equal to at the rate, still I need to check here also that it is not equal to at the rate. If it is not equal to at the rate, Then I will write the content on the file. So I will say F. Here I have not stored something into reference variable. Let's see with reference variable F4. So I will say F4 dot write str. F4 dot write str. And then I need to close the file. So F4 dot close. So what this program will do, it will open the file into the read append mode. So write plus we can also rewrite on it append mode. It will ask user. So till the user enters at the rate, it will not exist the file. It will keep on writing the string. So write string. And while writing the string also you need to enter a new line also because the next string you want to enter on the new line. So I am saying a slash n. So let me run it. So first time the user input will be none and this message will be printed and user input not equal to none. That condition will be true. So in front of while if the condition user is not equal to none is true, it will basically take the input from the user. Let's say user input Chinmay. What it will do? So it will again check the condition that Chinmay not equal to at the rate. Then it will go and write on the file and add it the next line. Then this loop will again run Chinmay not equal to at the rate. And it will again add user. So let's say this time user basically put Sarika. What will happen for the second time? Sarika not equal to at the rate. Sarika not equal to at the rate, this condition will be also true. And then it will write Sarika on the file. Let's say Sarika not equal to at the rate condition is true. This time I put at the rate. So at the rate not equal to at the rate, this condition will be false. It will go to the while loop. At the rate not equal to at the rate, this condition will be also false. So it will come out of the loop and close the loop. Yeah. So this code is to basically write into the file until user enters at the rate. If I right click and run this, let's say you enter Sigma, you enter series, you enter RAM, and you enter at the rate. So it's going into infinite loop. Let's check. User input is none. User input not into this should be user input, not string. User input. User input, this will be also user input. And this user input and user input plus. Now it will right click and run. So um, um, at the rate. See now my file.txt. See, these are the entries. This was previously entered, now these are entered. So this code takes the value from the user until it enters at the rate. Once it enters at the rate, it will basically exist a file. That's a program for. So I want to write onto the file and also read. Now, so you see, there are modes of operation. Let's say, for example, there is a mode called as read mode. Then there is a mode called as write mode. Then there is pen mode. Then there is read, write, append, and There is a plus, which is append plus read, append plus write. Let's say, for example, I'm again opening one file. So let's say my file, file.txt, and I'm opening this in, let's say, append plus mode. And again, I'm basically printing a message. Please enter. Please enter the at the rate to exist file. So the next operation here is basically asking the user for the values. So what I'm doing here, and again asking user for the values. So user input will be one variable. I will be again defining. I'm setting the value of that user variable to be equal to at the rate none. Then I will ask user while user input not equal to at the rate, till user input is not equal to at the rate, I will ask user for the value. So user input equal to input, enter the names. If the what user enter is not equal to at the rate, again, then I will write on the file. F6 dot write. What I will be writing, I will be writing the user input plus blank string.
Do we need to check the user input again? Like this, is this if condition needed?
Yes.
Because
So if you
this
don't
loop will be
add this if condition, what will
executed.
happen? I will tell you.
Okay.
Let's say if you don't add this and you directly close the file. If you write, let's say you write Chinmay, you write Sarika, and you write at the rate, and you say enter. So now this will also write at the rate to the file, which was not required, right?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thanks.
File is not created. Why file was not created? Mhm. To open this, to avoid this, we need to basically add a check here before writing that what user input is not equal to under it. So let's say you have done this and you close, instead of closing the file, you start writing, you start because you have opened the file in A plus mode, you start reading the file. So you say F6 dot read, and whatever you read, you store that into a variable str. And let's say you print str then. And then you close. So appending to the file something, then stop the writing operation and then reading from a file. Okay. So right click, run, and enter, Sarika, enter, round, enter, enter if enter. But when I do the reading operation, nothing is getting read, right? We are basically able to write on the file. If you check the file, see these are added, but I was not able to read the file. Why? I was not able to do both the operations simultaneously of reading and writing. Why would have this been happening? Like why I was not able to read this? See, the reason is this: you started the file, you created one file, right? So this is one file you created, right? The file you start writing from here, right? So you write Chinmay, you write Sarika, you write Ramesh, you write Satish, and you stop writing here. So your cursor is currently is this position, right? Now from here you start writing to the file, which the file has nothing below, right? So your cursor stop here, writing cursor stops here. And you are trying to read it from here, so there is nothing below, right? You need to go to the top of the file here, and then you need to read. Then you will be getting the content of the file. That's why we are not able to perform this operation. Which operation? This operation. Reading is not happening because the file cursor is below. So there's a method f.seek. This basically changes the position of the file. So let's say I change it to 00. I will make you understand what is 00. 00 means, let's say, you understand it like this now for now. 00 means basically starting of the file. Exactly start of the file. So if I save this, and now if I right click and run this, I entered the values C, D, E, and I enter at the rate. Now it says F is not defined. Okay, F is not defined because we have F6 as a reference variable. So again, F6 now properly. Now you rerun this program again. Let's say you entered D, E, F, H, R, and you entered at the rate. Now you see, are you able to read the file? Because you changed the position of the file for the start of the file. Now this has multiple use, right? Let's say for example, the first thing here, we'll take the examples of this also, but just to understand, or just for your understanding, let's say, to say f dot f6 dot 6, right? And so zero means position, like this is number of bytes, okay? Read number of bytes or move to the bytes. Move to the move to move to number of bytes. And this is position. Let's say my file is like this. I have two sentences in my file. First sentence, let's say I'm saying I am learning JavaScript. Second is I am learning, let's say Python. So if I say f dot 6 0 comma 0, so f comma 6 0 comma 0. What does this means? That you need to move to the start of the file. So 0 here indicates start of file. So 0 means this second offset. You say this is position and this is offset. So 0 indicates start of the file. Here 1 indicates, let's say if we say 5 from 1, so what is the current position of 5? So 5 here 1 means start, current position of 5. So I'll be moving to 5 bytes from current position of byte. Current position of byte. And let's say you have the last one as 2. So here offset 2 means end of the file. So let's try to understand this one by one. So 0 0, so it will be here. If I say 5 0, so it will move from starting of the file because I say 0 at here. So it will move from starting of the file. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. It will start reading from here. If I say 5 to 1, means where is my cursor, that is current position and 5 bits. Let's say my cursor is here. So 5 bits from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will move the cursor position to this. And what is this? 5 from last of the file. So here from last of the file 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will read, the position will be this. This is clear? Okay. Let's move ahead. So let's say I want to read the file line by lines. Okay. My next program is to read the lines, program files line by line. So how can I achieve that? So there are read line methods. Let's again open one file. Say my file dot say text dot text7.txt, and you open that in um, or F7. So we already has the file, so we don't need to do this. Let's say this is the file. I want to read this file, text 4.txt, which is already there. And if you want to read line by line, what you can do, you can basically call out one method, read lines. See, and now this returns you one list, and that list is basically having every line of the file. So if you print a list, right click and run, you need to comment this code. This is, let's say, program 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. And this is, let's say, program. So you are again reading line by line. So I will stop and I will rerun. See, all the files will be read as a line plus new character which is already there. Now, if you want to print the content, then you are basically having the list. So you know how to look through a list, right? For atom in list, print atom. From atom in list, print atom. If you right click and run, see, it is printed, right? Every element of the file is printed. You should not be forgetting to close the file. This is to close the file. So if you right click and run again, same operation will be performed. But what happens when you try to open the file and file does not exist, right? So there are two models where you can check whether the particular file exists or not inside our system. So you'll say 6. So particular file exists or not. This is the case. You have to import two things. Import OS and you say sys. I think so. These two are inbuilt libraries, right? So you ask user for the name. So you say user input or file name equal to enter the name. You say enter the name, right? You say user input. You want to check the file name, right? So there is a OS module which we import, which has the path property. And that path property has is file method. And you need to pass the file name. On that particular location, if that file exists, this expression will return me true value. If this expression returns me true value, then I am basically trying to open the same file. Whatever mode you want to open, let's say I'm opening this mode a file in basically read mode. And then the reference variable is created, which is F7. This reference variable is created. And then whatever operation you want to rule, let's say on this F7, you want to read the file. Or let's say you don't want to read it here. Else what you need to do, you need to basically print a message, file does not exist. So this file name, and then you can append it with does not exist. And then you basically close. So F7 dot close. This is the closing of the file. But before closing also, you can basically read the file. So f dot read, which again returns you one string. So I can store that into a particular string. So str2, let's see. Now let's say, so you are checking whether the file exists. If the file exists, then you are creating the object, then you are reading from the object, and then storing that into variable and printing that variable. But if it goes to the else, you are saying the file not found, but you need to also exist the system. So sys.exist is the method. Basically run out of the program. So coming out of the program, you can use this system.exist method. So you right click and run this now. And if I type file name which does not exist, it will come out. Exist. Giving the message, it will come out. Exit code 0. But if you have the file which is there, it will read the file. Let's say my file name is text4.txt. I should be entering also this text4 dot txt. This is fine. So it is reading the content of the file. So this helps me. These two module. One they help me to exit. Another help me to. We'll be reading. We'll be learning this in great detail. This OS module. But this is how basically you check whether the file exists or not. Right. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's stop here today. We have 6 to 7 programs to practice. Tomorrow we'll continue with the different set of examples for the file. We'll be looking binary file, image file, and then there are little bit advanced topics. So I think so more 2 3 days for the file handling, then we'll go for the regular expression. Thank you.
Thank you.
Videos are also uploaded if you can check.
Okay.